It's just seeing comparison-wise, both of these ETB-wise, what you're going to be getting. But we got our Pokeball there. Oh, Cofagirius. I think we have it. Yeah, we got it already. For Air Balloon, there's Darmanitan. I'm pretty sure we already pulled Darmanitan, but with some big stuff in Surging to come out. Skarmory, nice. It's a nice illustration there. Hey guys, Dorso here. Welcome back to the channel. You guys know what time it is. Today we have our Reshiram here, because that means you know we're going to be opening up some black and also some white. So we got our ETBs of black and white, but these guys aren't going up against each other. Today we have them up against another, which are Latios there. You guys know where it is from. It's from Surging Sparks. So we have 2 black and 2 white ETBs going up against our 4 Surging Sparks ETBs to see who ends up coming out on the top. So let's go ahead and see what's in these bad boys. Make sure to stick around and see what we get. So guys, we're going to go ahead and start with Surging, obviously, but with black and white, all we're missing now is only a couple of cards, 5 cards to be exact. We're missing our Genesect alt, our N alt, our Zekrom alt, which not alt, is the black one, and then the 2 Victinis. So that's what we're going to be going for. Oh, starting off great with Latios. Our Latios here, full art. Obviously, we could get a better Latios, but starting off strong with our full art Latios. Right here with our girl. Starting off great. Again, Latios is a nice one to get because she is playable, but we also need our 2 red Victinis. So that's what we need from black and white. Just the big stuff, basically. Genesect and N are from black. Both of them. Both of them are from black. So now we really don't need anything from white except our Victini. So that's kind of the only hopes we have there for that. But if we can pull anything else big, that's great. But lets you know that what we're looking for now with White Flare and Black Bolt to finish the master set, mind you, is just those 5 cards. So we'll see how it goes out for us. And again, all these are ETBs. So our first Surging Sparks ETB, starting us off with our Latios full art. We need some other stuff coming out, obviously. But here, good thing about these is we're back to our little triple trick. Hey, another Latios. So EX Latios is great again. Very good. So another one to go right there. No issues. Double Latios. And again, they are playable. It's Skyliner ability. Let's basic Pokemon retreat with no retreat cost. She is a basic Pokemon in that sense. So her 2 retreat cost is actually 0. So that's awesome. And then during your next turn, this Pokemon can attack. It just does a 200 damage. With our first A-Spec here, White Flare and Black Bolt don't have A-Spec anymore. So these are basically now a thing of the past, being part of the cards that are no longer coming out in the newer sets. So goes to show you, it only came out for like 4 or 5 sets, and then it disappeared. But here in Surging Sparks, we already know what the big stuff is, but Latios ain't nothing to cough at, especially when she is one of the big ones to be going after. But this so far has been the Latios box, so now we just need the alt. And if she comes out, it's going to be crazy, because again, this has been the Latios box. Let's see if we can pull the Latios, but with our luck, it'll probably come out in a different ETB and not in the one where she's been showing herself. But again, what we're looking for right now is in Black Bolt. So here we're just doing a little competition between Surging Sparks to see if anything worthwhile comes out of it. But last pack in our first ETB, basically 2 hits, an alt, not an alt, a full art and an EX. See how it finishes with another EX, our Cycle Czar. So this one is basically nothing at this with this one, but the other 2 Latios, very nice start. So it's not the master sets that we need those 5 cards for, because we're still missing illustration rares, master balls, and stuff like that. But those are the last 5 big cards that we need. So it's not a master set, but those are the big chase cards that we're missing still. Meaning, got a good amount still to go. We got our Herdier Pokeball and our Zoroark. So I thought it was to be the master, but it's not the master set. It's basically just, those are the last big cards, which obviously change things a little bit because price-wise, those are obviously the hardest ones to get. And obviously pull rate-wise, they are the hardest ones to get as well. We already got the Reshiram, but not because I pulled it on video or anything. We got it afterwards in another opening in poster boxes nonetheless. So goes to show you, they come out wherever. And I've seen more Reshiram than I have Zekrom. I actually haven't seen any Zekrom, so there's the probability there that there's way more Reshiram right now in population, I think, than there are Zekroms. So there's our Mienshao, our Litwick, and another Zoroark. And obviously doing our Pikachu here because of Surging Sparks. But it's not like I'm going for Surging Sparks or anything. It's just seeing comparison-wise, both of these ETB-wise, what you're going to be getting. But we got our Pokeball there. Oh, Cofagirius. I think we have it. Yeah, we got it already. But a nice one I haven't seen. Extended Damagrius. What the hell is that? Damagrius. But there's our illustration rare right there. Didn't get one in our Surging Sparks, but we got him there. And let's just keep it going. So far, basically 1 for 1 now. We just need another EX, and they are going at it. But there's our Draudigon, our Pokeball, and our Emboar, which here the illustration rare probability should be higher compared to Surging Sparks, but we don't have Cofagirius, so good one to get right there. Need a couple of illustration rares like we were saying, but again, getting anything from these, dope always, and getting something that we need, even better. And this is White Flare, so there is less basically missing from White Flare, but there's still a lot still missing. Master Balls, illustration rares, etc., etc. None of the big ones are missing here anymore, except for Victini. That's the only one we need. The dyed-in red Victini. Other than that, anything else that comes out, nothing really going to change in the sense that we're missing it or not. But only one now at this point. But right now, these guys are tied. Let's see, in our last 2 packs, we get anything. Tied because illustration and full art, I'd say they're interchangeable or something like that. Yeah, just the Victini, which is at almost $500. So that's the last one we need from White Flare. And we obviously need it from Black Bolt too, but different Victinis, different set. And our last pack for White, see if it's going to be a tie or it's going to take it for the first round. Goes with our Panseer. It takes it with a Chandelure to finish off here. We do have this one, I'm pretty sure. But another illustration rare. The purples and the pinks, you don't have it? We don't have it either, so hell. 2 illustration rares that we didn't have right there. Takes the first round for White Flare. So first round does get taken by White Flare. We don't have both of those illustration rares. So either way, even if we did, that's 2 illustrations to none here. But we got our Xerneas, Clement, and Tapu Koko. Now with this, we're going to see if Surging Sparks brings any of the hits or not. We'll see. But again, got a lot of these to go nonetheless. Got our Ho-Oh and Tapu Lele. I'm getting accustomed to the other way of opening, where I just show the front. Oh, okay. I missed the Pokeball. Where we just show the front, but here I only need to go for the back 3. So Got our Zarude, Limits, and our first one for this one, our Cerulege EX. I'm gonna take out 2 because I need to put a sleeve in a Pokeball. Forgot about the Pokeball for some reason, just went right past me, but there's our EX to start us off, and this one was in the previous round that just let me go. Keeping it going with Surging. See what ends up showing up here. But there's our code. And our 3. Got our Yamask. Slack Off, illustration rare. First illustration rare here. But again, it's not really anything huge. But still, nice looking card. Just that the Slack Off is right smack dab in the middle compared to nothing else in the shot. Got that little flower there, but other than that, obviously Slack Off is the focus there. Here's our code. And our 3. Got Time and Chien Pao here with Surging Sparks again. Using Pikachu to call out Pikachu, but we're still looking, or we're still happy with Latias if we can get it, or any of the alts. Obviously, there are better alts than some. Our Precious Trolley there, one of the useful aspects, but again, not counting towards any of the rounds. So far, just our EX and our illustration rare. So let's see if anything else is going to go towards the count or not. Got our Watt Roll and a Robska. 2 more here with these packs. But again, obviously the big chases here are the alts. If we can get any of those, be happy with Surging. But we're also doing the comparison right here just to see ETB wise which one ended up being more. Which could probably be said Black and White's gonna beat out. Or at least I think it should, because of the illustration rares and the possibilities of them. But you never know, you can get a very good box or a pretty sad box, which we got an EX and an illustration there for this second box. And now let's see how Black Bolt turns out here. White Flare took the first round. I don't think Black Bolt is going to have any difficulties taking this one round, because again, just has to be an illustration rare and an EX. Should be pretty easy. Got our Rufflet and our Thundurus. But again, just like these, A-specs in Surging Sparks are counting toward the rounds. I'm not going to count the Pokeballs to the rounds, obviously. But just need an EX and an illustration rare, and it gets taken out. Well, not taken out, it becomes a tie, so nothing again. Here we do need a seat to the top because you never know. Maybe we get a God Pack or not, but we need to see either way. Got our cover fossil, Caracosta with next to the cover fossil. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put him behind Chandelure because Chandelure is still a nicer looking one in my opinion. But there's our illustration rare, which was a hard one supposedly to get in comparison to Surging Sparks, but it goes to show you again, Black and White Pokeball pattern. We do not have, or we do have, we don't have, and there's our Master Ball. We don't have the Rufflet, so that's a good one. But there's our Master Ball, so I don't know, maybe we do count this, or probably we won't, because again, these are specific to Black and White, but we got the EX at least. And we were also missing this one, so that's another one going down. So now we just need to get one more hit, and that basically goes tit for tat. We've gotten the illustration where we got the EX. Again, I'm not counting the Master Balls or the Pokeballs towards the hits, so whatever else comes out, it's obviously just what would have been happening in the sets. So I'm leaving it, at least in that sense, the fairness goes there. And on the Golurk, we're only missing Golurk in reverse in both sets. He's the only reverse card we're missing too. So we see a Golurk reverse. That'll be another one that's a hit. There's our Pokeball with the energy coin, which I think is pretty dumb to use, but nothing really special How about that there? And now we just need one more hit. One more hit higher than a Pokeball and not a Master Ball, because, again, not counting towards the hits in these rounds because it makes it fair against Surging Sparks. But got our Unpheasant and our Beartic, which could, depending on if we get anything or not, leave this round as a tie. But we still have 3 packs here with Black Bolt, so let's see how it turns out. But there's our Pokeball again of Bravari and our Victini, so this could change that impact. Bravari Pokeball, in the sense that these Pokeballs and Master Balls could be taking possible spots for good things to come. There's our code. And our next cards, we got Simipour, Air Balloon. There's Darmanitan. I'm pretty sure we already pulled Darmanitan, but Darmanitan is gonna go ahead and take out the other boy. And have our last pull here. Let's see if we get anything in this last pack. But Black Bolt does take that round. So far, 2-0, which kind of expected against Surging Sparks. But there's our Pokeball of Carablast and another Kyurem. So this finishes round number 2. Black Bolt takes it. Next round for Surging. Let's see if now Surging is going to be basically, will Surging take any of the rounds? Because now, if it doesn't take this one, it's already down for the count in that sense. But we're giving it up for Surging. We still want to see some good stuff come from here. So let's see if it gives us anything. We got our Landorus. At least those guys are repeated here in both sets. Now, with Surging Sparks, there's still a lot of good stuff to come out here. We haven't really seen the best or anything like that, but it has its own stuff to bring to the fight. But in the end, if we don't get an ETB that has any of that stuff, kind of leaves us hanging out to dry. But let's see if we can get any of these, because we have some pretty good cards. That another Latios, at least that's good there. And again, another Pokeball that passed my hand. But another Latios is great, even though it's just the EX ones. These guys are useful. And here's our Pokeball here that slipped my hand, our Crocodile. So just goes there in the back. But starting off with an EX, at least it's Latios, which again, here Latios and Pikachu are probably the biggest use EXs. We're just going to keep going, see if anything else worthwhile comes out. Got our Dusk Ball and Dialga, which could not, because again, 9 packs in an ETB. Still have our ratio of 3, hopefully at least in that amount, because we could get ratios lesser than that, or we could get that third one being an A-spec. But right now it's just Latios to put up a fight for our third round. And with how White Flare and Black Bolt are, one hit is really not going to do much for a round-wise. So let's see if we can get anything to come out. Another Latios. There's our Latios Full Art again. So Latios EX and Latios Full Art have come out twice. In box number 1, they came out, and now in box number 2. If we get a Cyclezar, then that's just the same exact ETB. But let's see if that ends up happening. Got our Skeldurge, but now that's the second time here in this video. We got both in the same ETB. Now let's see. If it is a Cyclezar, then that's just some crappy ass. There's a Durant. Okay, so if it was a Cyclezar, I would have said something. They just the same 3 cards in the ETB. That's suspicious. But now here in our last pack, at least 3 hits, 2 EXs, and a Full Art. See if this last one gives us an illustration rare or something to go against, which it doesn't. So 2 EXs and a Full Art are gonna be in this round. So nothing super hard for White Flare to beat. Now we're just gonna see if it can, which Again, I don't think it won't. But let's see if any of the big boys come out here that we need to show up. So there's our energy, our Pokeball, and just that, just the Pokeball there. So doesn't count towards anything there. Just gonna go ahead, sleeve his butt and put him in the back. So those are the type of things that can happen in Black Bolt and White Flare. That's the hit possibilities are going to Pokeballs and Master Balls in this sense. Let's got our Pansear there, Pignite, and our Tornadus, which again here are those land and sky and whatever guys, meaning we could get something like that. Obviously the promos are them themselves, but we're missing the Landorus, the Animorous, those kinds of cards. There's our illustration rare, so this would basically go against our full art, and I'm not gonna put Basculin because Basculin is repeated like 3-4 times already. We've pulled him a good amount. We've pulled him in the God Pack, like, so he has been repeated a good amount. So he's gonna go to our full art unless we pull a full art. There's our Master Ball of Gothita, and there's an EX, so that takes down an EX at least. So just one more EX and they are tied. Gothita, Master Ball, but she isn't going towards anything there because no possibilities of Master Balls and Surging Sparks, obviously. We do have Gothita. What we need is Gothorita. We need the Gothorita, her evolution. So we do have the first one. We just need the second evolution, Master Ball. We got our Charin right there for our Pokeball. And we still got a good amount of packs left. So it's not like Surging Sparks already has it in the bag. Still some good packs that can definitely take it down, no problem. But we still need another EX to tie. Got our Pharaoh Seed and our Pharaoh Thorn right after it. So another Pokeball. Not doing much in the sense of round wise to fight up against it, but it's just gonna go in the back and we're gonna keep it going here. We got our White Flare code. At this point there shouldn't be an issue with the codes because we've already done a good amount of these. We got our Charin and our Chandelure, which is looking like, and we don't get any EXs, looking like Surging Sparks will take this one. Because again, Pokeballs, Master Balls ain't counting at this point. Got our Sock, Deerling, and Tornadus, and it left it interesting here in this last pack. We don't get an EX, at least. Then White Flare loses this one, which I was not expecting. I didn't think that would happen here, but it's all possible, as you guys can see. But we got our Pokeball, and yeah, Pokeballs, Master Balls don't count towards it. So yeah, Surging Sparks takes this round, guys. I was not expecting that, but again, can't really count the Pokeballs and Master Balls because he doesn't have them. Now, last Surging Sparks ETB, last chance for a second win here, because that would tie it up if it does. So let's see if this last pack or this last box brings the heat, which if it does, it's crazy because it already got a slow White Flare ETB to compare it to it. But let's see if here we get any luck with some big stuff in Surging to come out. Skarmory, nice. It's a nice illustration rare, and it takes down our Slackoth, so that's good. Slackoth's been there for a while, but starting off great with an illustration. Hopefully it's not just an illustration, just like with our Slackoth, just an illustration and an EX, so hopefully here we get something a little more challenge-wise. Because if not, again, leaves it very open for Black Bolt to have some good stuff and get beaten out. So there's our 3. Got our Landorus and Skill Dirge. These guys, at this point, it's like they know that we need something and nothing's coming out. So goes to show you. So here's our 3 and nothing. So these 4 packs need to have something, because if not, again, it's not going with the ratio and it's not going good for a round either. So there's our 3. Got our Smoochum, and again another Landorus. Nothing to show at this point. Let's see if these last 3 packs do bring something, because if not, then dang, can't really help out with Surging Sparks here, because this A-Spec, just like the Pokeballs, don't count towards much, if anything. So last 2 to get anything, because again, pretty sad, very sad actually, if nothing else comes out here in Surging Sparks. Last pack. Wow. Just a illustration rare is very disappointing if that's how it turns out to be, because that A-Spec definitely not counting towards anything. Wow, very disappointing. Just the illustration rare. So as long as Black Bolt isn't sad like Surging, we're gonna beat it no problem. So just an illustration rare, and they tie it up, so we'll see how this goes. With our Bisharp, there's our Rufflet. Just an illustration rare, I said, but there we go with our Meloetta. We obviously already have her, but illustration rare, special illustration rare. Now, we didn't just need the illustration, we needed a special illustration. But obviously, this wins already. First pack, so whatever else comes out just puts it even more to shame in this sense. So first pack Black Bolt, we pulled that girl. So let's see what else comes out here in this ETB. If we can get a monochromatic card, that'd be fire as hell, because that goes to show you you could have both in an ETB, but it's gonna depend. There's our Meloetta EX as well. So Meloetta. Now we just need the full art, which obviously does come out here, just like our Latios and Latios over there, but she didn't show her best form there. But here Meloetta did decide to show up. Let's see if anything else worthy comes out. Got our Petlil and our Volcarona. Now here we're just trying to see any of the illustration rares or master balls that we need will come out, because obviously this round goes to Black Bolt. We got our Muna. Superior would have been better if it was Meloetta in my opinion. Why? Because we have both of them, but Superior full art, nice. So that's already 3 right there, putting it to shame. If we get an illustration rare as well, that would be a knockout completely. It's already a knockout with just the special illustration. Now with the rest of it, even more. We got our Pokeball and our hollow bear tick right there. So this goes to the back. And honestly, goes to show you, Surging Sparks has always been kind of iffy. But when you had good stuff, you obviously had the best. But there's our code. And our next ones, we got our Master Ball of Arduino, Simis Sage as well, which I don't know if we have it or not. We don't have it, so again, illustration rare, and everything else going towards the top against our Skarmory. But there you go. We needed that Master Ball too, so another card that we needed. But this ETB, way more loaded than any of the other ones we've opened up in this video. So goes to show you, even if you're opening up the same type of special sets, some of these sets are way more loaded in this But there's our Superior EX as well. So that's 2 EXs, a full art, an illustration, a special illustration, a Master Ball, some Pokeball. It goes to show you guys. Goes to show you. And again, in White Flare, we had a weaker one. And here, Black Bolt is giving us everything, basically. It's just missing that one monochromatic card, which would have basically everything here. Got our Electros Pokeball. So it's another Pokeball down. And our last pack. See if we can finish off with anything else. Which honestly, if we don't, that's fine, because this has been a very big ETB in this point. We got our Fungus and our Haxorus to finish off a very big box. So, to sum up, Surging Sparks, we had 3 Ace Specs, Energy Surge, Megaton, and Precious Trolley. We had a couple of EXs, 5, but obviously our best ones were our Latios. We got our 2 full arts, which again, best ones Latios. We could have Pikachus, but Latios are good too. Our Slackoth illustration and our Skarmory illustration, best one of that. And then with our black and white, we had 15 Pokeballs plus everything else that's right here. So I'm just gonna go through these pretty quick as well. Our Kyurem, Hydrogen, Reshiram, Meloetta, and Jellicent. Then our only full art, our Superior. Got 3 Master Balls. We needed 2 of them, so that's great. Our Mashurner, Nardino, and then we also got Gothita. Then we got a bunch of illustration rares, obviously. Got our Basculin, Caracosta, Darmanitan, Simisage, Cofagirius, and best one, our Chandelure. And best one, not just it looks very nice, but price-wise, that's his price too. And obviously, our illustration rare, our special illustration rare, our Meloetta taking the gold crown, our queen of the video, and that's how it ends up with 3-1 for Surging. 1 Surging, 3 black and white. But that's been the video, guys, and I've been Georgiasaur. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. What did you think comparison ETB wise? Obviously there was a big difference here, but you guys let me know which one you would think would be better for you. That's been it. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night. Peace out.